Who else but the legendary Slade X could ring in Free Company Day 2022 properly with Rank 9 Free Company, all Vanguard Empire. That's right, folks. This poor, unfortunate Skaven player has no idea that the entire Empire armies just appeared right behind him, led by a line of 5 Free Company militia ranked up to rank 9. That does include, of course, Sterling's Revenge. Second line is a rank 9 Huntsman, including the White Wolves Regiment Renown once more. Marcus Wolfhart leading the way. We've also got some rank 9 grenade launchers, of course. And then the Regiment of Renown, Zintler's Reichsguard for the elite shock cavalry kind of mass component here. Of course, they have Vanguard and Immune to Psychology against this poor Skaven player who's immediately going to be forced to about face. He's got a couple of Plague Cloud catapults here, Clan Rats, Council Guard, all just getting absolutely rained on. We've got some Plague Monks through the center, Lord Skrulk leading the way, Natty Bubos, Assassin as well. So let's get in close and just appreciate the proper DACA. No weird ranged mechanics here, just a proper fully functional and operational gun line. And, you know, I took a little bit of offense to some people saying recently that gunline factions aren't viable because they seem to have forgotten about Free Company and how amazingly powerful the Empire can be when utilizing their strong, mobile shooting units. And although Free Company aren't necessarily mobile, they are very much kind of hybrid and just in general will fill a fantastic role in Total War Warhammer 3. But look at the damage being done here. Just so significant. Sheets and sheets of fire raining down. Fortunately, the grenade launchers have mostly been dealt with by Natty Bubos, but the 2 catapults are still online. Skaven player obviously forced into a little bit of a panic situation, overblobbing slightly here, starting to peel his units out a little bit. Rat Ogres come and collapse this flank here. They are going to deal with the Huntsman in a big hurry, but they'll also take a lot of damage in return from the Huntsman. Man, oh man, I miss me some quality Empire play, so big thanks to Slade X for bringing this through. Blood Pack, too. I actually didn't realize how much I underappreciated the Blood Pack until you don't have it anymore in Total War Warhammer 3, especially with somebody like Khorne, who's supposed to be bathing in it. Anyway, yeah, the Rat Ogre's not taking as much damage as you might think. Let's keep track. Zintler's Reichsguard coming through, and now that the Skaven kind of rushed away from their formation, there's nothing to protect these expensive range units, so they are just feasting value in the back line there. Sterling's Revenge have been shut down through the center. There's a couple of Plague Monks there, some summoned and some regular Plague Monks. Looks like the actual Plague Monks routed. Summons should be gone soon, but Free Company Militia will continue to shoot and scoot, fire and retreat, try and kite out those summons and just wear down the summon timer. Still plenty of Free Company and Huntsman left, though. Marcus is in a little bit of danger. Skaven Assassin comes through, Rival High Talisman. The other buffs can do a little backflip attack there. Marcus has got his sword out, a little bit of cut and thrust from him as well. Not a complete pushover in melee, but definitely doesn't want to be tangled with the Assassin. Going to pop that Hunter Snare and get out of there. Meanwhile, the Rat Ogre's starting to get worn down. One unit's already gone. The other unit is very weak at this point. Free Company cleaning up some Clan Rats in melee. Certainly with rank 9, the Free Company stats are pretty solid. I mean, 36-32. Like, still slightly better than Empire Swordsman, but not crazy expensive, all things considered. Since that was a short one, don't worry, I've got more glorious rank 9 Free Company Militia replays coming your way. I've got one more at least to show you today, but take a look at these damage values. I mean, we can check after the fact how much it costs for the rank 9 Free Company, but both the Free Company and the Huntsman all perform relatively well. Zintler's Reichsguard, like I said, just feasting value, taking out those exposed missile units. 101 kills on the Outriders as well, despite not getting that much damage value out. Just a rough situation to be in, and definitely something that's unexpected. Maybe you should expect it if you see the legendary Slade X himself in the lobby across from you, but at the same time, the all Vanguard Empire is a strategy that I've used before to very good effect. Definitely can catch players by surprise, though. So, yeah, let's go ahead and, without further ado, get to the next replay. This time, Marcus Wolfhart, appropriately enough, is going to be hunting the Lizard Folk. He's got exactly the same build this time. Slade X locked and loaded, ready to go. Let's take a look at what the Lizards have to face him. We've got a couple of Cold One Spear Riders, great anti-large AP, trade very well with most Empire cavalry. Tic-Tac-Toe, Master of the Skies, to perhaps contest against Carl perhaps. Skink Priest, Lore of Beasts, got some Skink Jabs, lots of Saurus Spears as well. Held Counter Cavalry and whatever else. A couple of Chameleons way out in the distance there. And, yeah, the Lizardmen tried to catch a corner deployment here, I think, with all these Pterodon riders, but Slade was able to get his army fully behind and form up and start to advance. Pretty interesting stuff. Let's see here. The Free Company Militia are going to get a very nice high ground advantage, and because of Marcus's long range, he's going to be able to apply pressure from a pretty good distance. Looks like we've got a Manticore summon already from the little Skink Bro. Gonna get that big beast up in the sky, but just immediately gets staggered and hit by Marcus there. I don't know if he necessarily wants to be spending his ammunition on that, but the double envelopment Vanguard is going to be spotted here. Slade X immediately turning his archers and the Huntsman to shoot. Of course, both these units will fire while advancing. They can both shoot on the move, right? Even though they only have a forward-firing arc. So, no question, a net thrown down there from Marcus. All these Pterodons are not long for this world. It's like some Fire Leech Bolas getting tossed in there at the Huntsman and whatnot. But, I mean, yeah, obviously the Huntsman bows by themselves would probably be enough to win this. But, oof, grenade launchers almost getting charged by some Cold One Spear Riders. They're having to run away. Cold One Spear Riders hit their charge animation. They're going to be fast enough to catch at least a few of those Outriders. Grenade launchers will be going down there. Manticore also chewing on a Free Company that was a little exposed out there on the flank. Tic-Tac-Toe also diving the Zintler's Reichsguard, just kind of interrupting them. Not necessarily a great engagement for him, but the Pterodons just got absolutely savaged by those anti-large bows. Free Company also kicking off. The armor-piercing missiles of the Sterling's Revenge Regiment of Renown will be very useful here. Cold One Spear Riders do have a missile block chance. As you can see, they're raising their shields in response, but taking some significant damage. Swing and a miss there from Marcus. One of the reasons why I'm not that big of a fan of expensive magic missile abilities, but we're missing the Daka line. Nice concave of Free Company opens up on the advancing Saurus, and again, their shields will only do so much. It's really only like a 30% missile block chance, and just withering hails of fire coming in here. Those Skinks especially getting torn apart in a pretty big hurry. Just in general, a lot of the Lizardmen facing extreme DPS. One thing, I mean, just in general, Pistoliers and Free Company Militia both have a surprising amount of DPS, mainly Free Company Militia, because they have so many unit models. Even though it's only 2 AP per shot, 12 missile damage overall, it's still 90 unit models will be, well, 120 on Ultra in Warhammer 3. So, very impressive stuff. Summon Manticore is just about, or no, those are Cold One Spear Riders actually, still chasing the Outriders' grenade launchers, not allowing them to fire, which is pretty good. But this double line here, the Free Company with the extra leadership and the extra defense and whatnot, they're holding out admirably. Saurus Spears don't have much attack anyway, only 24 attack on them, so the 32 defense of the Free Company will be more than plentiful. Tic-Tac-Toe still a menace to be dealt with, diving the Regiment Renown Huntsman here. Zintler's Reichsguard in a quick response are able to screen, hopefully, and get a nice surround here. Let's see if they can mass block in. Certainly on the charge, they are doing quite a bit of damage to Tic-Tac-Toe. Some horrendous friendly fire from Marcus Wolfhart. Like, dude, that aim was just atrocious right there. But, yeah, Lizardmen already being pushed back. The Saurus are suffering pretty badly. Cold One Spear Riders are pretty much gone. Last gas of Tic-Tac-Toe and his Air Force is being breathed right now as, yeah, Pterodons are done. Tic-Tac himself is gone. Manticore dives in for a final charge, but Tic-Tac-Toe actually just straight up dies to the Zintler's Reichsguard right there, which is pretty brutal stuff, all things considered. Also, the legendary take one Free Company Militia and run for the hills tactic has led this one Saurus way out into the actual boonies. You know, they're here in the swamp just looking for fish, I guess, or something. I don't know. But definitely not doing anything useful to the battle. And cost efficiency-wise, probably actually pretty close to saying, no, the Free Company Militia got to be cheaper, right? Even with rank 9. Again, we'll check that in just a minute. But truly glorious. Free Company Militia point blank, firing, kicking Saurus in the face, using their cutlasses and sabers. Try and win it the old-fashioned way. Truly a fantastic unit. Definitely one I'm looking forward to using in Total War Warhammer 3. And rank 9 nonetheless. Very interesting. Manticore cutting through another side charge there. The summon timer is just about out on him. And once he goes down, I mean, grenade launchers also on the Chameleons that are just now kind of getting in here. Of Grenade launchers will, to a degree, bypass the missile resistance. Don't quote me on this, but I believe explosive damage does not get subjected to missile resistance, which the chameleon skinks, of course, have a pretty good degree of 40% missile resistance on them. But like the impact of the grenade actually hitting them won't do that much damage. But I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone knows, explosion damage is not subject to missile resistance. There goes army losses. Slade takes home another victory and a couple of beautiful games. He sent me a few others utilizing this build. I think he might have just straight up taken a day and just had a blast. Blasting with Free Company and Huntsman and whatnot. And truly, it's a thing of glory as an Empire player. You know, no caster, no problem. All Vanguard, all gas, no brakes. Super fun stuff for the final breakdown here. The Free Company Militia, once again, paying out pretty good value in a lot of cases. Huntsman, same thing. Huntsman's range fire is obviously more potent, but Free Company are a little bit better in melee. We'll check the values just after this as well, on the grenade launchers and stuff. I mean, for the Lizardmen to have even gotten the value that they did is pretty admirable. It was definitely a rough time. Obviously, hindsight being 2020, but a more missile-centric, kind of chameleon-focused build might have been a little bit better here, but I don't know. Maybe the Free Company Militia would have just rushed them down with the calves and stuff. Anyway, let's take a look now and just kind of compare cost and ask, is this actually a viable thing, as we do many times in these Rank 9 videos? Like, all memes aside, what have we learned that's actually, you know, germane and useful perhaps to more competitive games? Really not that expensive. I mean, it's relatively expensive, 677. Definitely not cheap by any means, but you're still, I mean, less than 700 points. Still considered pretty solidly lower mid-tier unit, even after the chevrons. You notice that the Sterling's Revenge are significantly more expensive, obviously picking up AP damage, stock, immune to psychology. They have quite a bit more going for them, but the stat profile in terms of attack, defense, and leadership are the same. So, you know, considering some of the damage values we saw there, some of those Free Company did even manage to pay for themselves. Huntsman, similar story. They're going to be even more expensive, right? Closing in on 1,000, not quite 950. So again, kind of upper mid-tier unit after all said and done. You don't save quite as much versus the Regiment of Renown. In fact, the Rank 9 version is actually more expensive, given that the Huntsman, the Regiment of Renown, does actually come with extra melee stats, including extra weapon strength and charge, which is relatively rare. 14 extra melee attacks, so I mean, again, you probably don't want these guys getting tangled in melee, but if you're going to end up bringing a bunch of Rank 9 ones, you might as well mix in the White Wolves for a bit of extra cost and efficiency. And just as a final note, the Outriders, this is a true piece of glory. And I do think these guys will be pretty potent in Domination. 1118 is a lot to pay for a squishy, expensive skirmish cav like this. Very situational and tricky to use, but I think in Domination, actually, especially against lighter armor factions, these guys will probably see some very good use on a tactical deployment out of reserves. We'll see. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this. You know, happy Free Company Day to all of you out there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today. If you like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again. See you next time.